So as you're driving your vehicle, you will be able to tell the difference. You have the same tires, and you are able to tell the difference that your control on the vehicle or the vehicle dynamic behavior is different when it is icy on the road, when you're driving on asphalt, when you're off-roading, when you're driving on tiles, and all that kind of differences. You'll be able to feel the surface and the dynamic behavior for your vehicle. So talking about tires, your daily, what you see on the road in most vehicles is the ribbed tires. Those tires are having less grip on the road than the lug tire. You can see those tires in agricultural vehicles, and those tires having more grip. But of course, here keep in mind, why you would ask, why wouldn't they use that for the road? Because it will be gripping the road just too much, or in a point where it's unnecessarily, and that will increase the fuel efficiency will be decreased, which will increase the fuel consumption for that vehicle. So you need to have the right balance. That's why the vehicles, the companies for making tires and the automotive companies are going creative with many patterns and dedicating hundreds of engineers and scientists to find the right pattern that give you the right balance. There is now, they're trying to sell you winter tires, summer tires, all season tires, off-road tires. I can't give you an approval stamp that all of these make sense in terms of science, that if they are all necessary, but there is marketing into it for sure. But you know, you having these patterns, they have some uses. Each pattern is more useful than the other one, and each one could be specified for a certain application. But general rule, you have rib tires. That's the daily tires you see on mostly all the vehicles on the road. And you have the lug tires for agricultural application in our time. And you have the slick tires, which have no pattern at all. The purpose of this, when you are on a racing track or on a drag race, you don't need any patterns. You don't need that much of a grip. You still need to be having grip. The beauty of this, you will have all the surface of the tire grip to the floor, to the road, or to the track. Here you have those empty spots where you have a pattern. Those will not be gripping on the floor, but they help when you go on ice to let the ice and water spread away from the contact between the tire and the surface. So the tire will be having a better dynamic properties, roughly speaking, than having it as a flat tire this way. But in this case, the whole point of this tire as an automotive information is to help dissipate the heat better and reduce the probability of having a tire explosion on very high speeds. That's just kind of one or two purposes of this design, and it will give you a full contact with the road, and will be able to dissipate the heat and have a more homogeneous pattern on the road and reduce the explosion possibilities. Now, in your body, you have joints, and you are a dynamic creature. Motion is an important part of your life or of your behavior, and you have moving parts all over your body. Joints are one of the big ones. And you know, you have joints on your knees, you have joints on your elbows, you have joints on your spinal cord, and all over the place. Each of these joints, if you look at it, we are not in a medical course over here, but something to keep in mind, you have two joints mostly in the shape of a male-female kind of a style. They are being contacted together through many membranes and fibrous layers. And there's your body produces synovial fluid that will give the purpose of lubrication for those joints. As getting older, this fluid will be decreased. That's why many people having joint problems, especially if they are not following a certain precautions with their lifestyle. So friction is everywhere. Friction affecting any moving object or any moving body. It could be even down to your own body. And you would be, as getting older, hopefully not, you could get the price of friction by having chronic pain all the time on your joints. And it affects you as going to school or going to your work or going to have fun somewhere. Your tires, the road condition, the temperature, and of course the engine of the vehicle is a dynamic machine, and there's a friction all over the place, almost in every aspect that you think about. So hopefully that was useful, and hopefully we broke down the topic of friction for you in the simplest form.